Tata Motors' product onslaught continues. After updating the smaller Nexon SUV and its electric sibling, it's time for the big boy. And first up, the Tata Harrier.
Futuristic. Well, that's one way of describing the exterior styling of the new Harrier, especially with this sunlit yellow and this black treatment that you can see on the cladding and on the bumper. Adds a very nice contrast, but you can only get this color with the fearless persona. That's very exclusive to this variant. But having said that, there are a lot of other cosmetic tweaks that you can see. Not tweaks as such, but more of a nice nip and tuck that you get with the car. So starting with this connecting light bar, this is new and adds a lot of depth to the car, and the fact that it's wide enough that goes from one side of the fender to the other one adds a very wide stance to the car. And also adding to that are these vertically positioned LED headlamps. It still retains that split treatment, but that vertical positioning just adds to that entire dynamic stance of the car.
These changes improve the stance of the car. But what stands out is that new grille, which gives off a rather Range Rover Velar kind of vibe. The glossy inserts and parametric treatment look very chic. The silhouette, however, remains unmistakably Harrier. But do notice the new design of the alloy wheels. Our test car came with 18-inch wheels, but there are also 17 inches lower down the trim order, while the larger 19 inches are exclusive to the dark editions. The connected LED tail lights are new and get a sharper motif. Overall, though there is no change in platform, this looks more like a new gen than just a mild facelift. On the inside, you get a mix of changes. While the layout of the dashboard remains unchanged, certain elements are new. Well, not exactly new, because we've seen a few of these on the red dark Harrier introduced earlier this year. A larger infotainment screen with sharper fonts, HD cameras with a clearer 360-degree view, wireless charger and wireless connectivity for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and a JBL sound system instead of a Bose one. The yellow treatment certainly adds a youthful vibe, but here's where it gets tricky.
First one is this control panel. Of course, it is touch based, but there are no haptic feedbacks to it. So even if I press a button, I won't be able to realize if it's on or if it's off, because while driving I have no way of knowing that. So haptic feedback on these touch panels would have really worked. The second thing that I have an issue with is this central panel on the steering wheel. So because there is a slight bump, as you can see, my hand when I'm driving kind of overlaps on it. So there are times when the ADAS function or the cruise control function automatically switches on, because when I'm taking a turn or something like that, my fingers get overlapped on this.
Even then, the rest of the elements don't disappoint too much. A new 4-spoke steering wheel gets neatly wrapped leather, and the yellow stitch at various areas pops out. Even the cushioning for the seats is nice and soft. But Tata didn't stop there. It has even upped its safety game. 6 airbags, 3-point seat belts, seat belt reminder for all, rear parking sensor, ISOFIX child seat anchorages, hill hold control, roll over mitigation, and corner stability control all come standard. ADAS functions, 11 to be precise, are new, but not standard. These are similar to the red dark edition. Is there a GNCAP crash test rating, you ask? Well, not yet, but there'll be one soon. So it was time to get behind the wheel. Mechanically, the Harrier remains unchanged, continues to employ the same 2-liter diesel engine with unrevised output and the same gearbox setup. And so the driving dynamics are more or less like the outgoing model.
The engine refinement is superb. The NVH levels is considerably low, but when you consider it with the other cars that you get in the segment, there's still some room left for improvement.
It doesn't lack power though. There's always enough on tap. It's not quick off the mark but doesn't need to be. It does its job as a city and highway driver quite well. What makes it engaging though is the gearbox, in this case the 6-speed manual unit.
Now Tata had made considerable changes to the gearbox last time around, and that still remains one of the key highlights of the car. That gear shifts are really smooth and very seamless, and there's never a time when you feel that you require more power or more output from that engine, because that gearbox really handles all that gear ratios.
The short throws and the light clutch allow for easy shifts. Not too long, not too short. With bigger tires, Tata has also slightly improved its fuel efficiency, but only on the manual versions. Has the ride quality changed though?
Ride quality of the Harrier was always commendable, and it still continues to impress us. Good roads, bad roads, or even no roads, the Harrier does the job really well.
With different drive modes, the Harrier can do mild off-roading as well. The new electric assist on the steering helps in this scenario. It's light and very precise now. It'll make driving in the city a breeze. Tata has gone out of its way to make the Harrier a well-packaged product, even better than before. A bold design, captivating color options and loads of tech, even on the base models, will surely make the SUV a compelling choice, especially with the festive season around the corner. But it will all boil down to the pricing, because all that tech comes at a price. But why is it crucial for Tata to keep it aggressive? Because its main rival, the MG Hector, was also spruced up earlier this year. Not only does the Hector get ADAS with 17 functions instead of Harrier's 11, there's also a petrol option available that the Harrier lacks. So to keep it competitive, Tata should rethink its price game. Only then and only then will it be able to have an edge over its Chinese rival.